Here. Supervisor Financial Report. July 2015. Police fees, $60. Fuel reimbursement, $666.64. Ambulance fees, $1,411.86. Ambulance donation, $25. Cell tower rental, $891.02. Town clerk fees, $2,634.62. Justice fees, $15,958.50. Building permits, $2,296. Planning fees, $250. Dog licenses, $148. Zoning, $462.67. Phoenicia Water District interest, 23 cents. Vendor fees, $190. Receipt from a highway June interest, $19.90 for a total of $25,014.44. Communications. Phoenicia Water, first and foremost, the town has been notified that it has been preliminarily awarded the Emergency Water Repair Grant, ECWAG, from the USDA for the repairs to the Bridge Street Main project. They awarded us the maximum $150,000 for the project. They're requesting supplemental information before we can go out to bid. One of those items is a necessary resolution from the town board authorizing me to process these monies. Once we get the final approval, we will go out for bid on this project to ensure it's completed before the cold season. In addition to this grant, I'd like to thank Peg Ellsworth from the MARC project and Candace Palmer from RCAP Solutions for their work in applying for 2 additional community development block grants, CDBG, to assist the Phoenicia Water District. The first, with MARC project and Candace's assistance, is an infrastructure grant for $415,000 to complete the High Street Loop, install the 3rd finishing pump at the filtration plant, clean and disinfect the existing infiltration gallery, add a chemical storage and ventilation system, and TV inspection of the water tank and spring resources. The second, with Candace's assistance, was a CDBG planning grant for $46,000 to help us investigate and find the most cost-effective manner to relocate the High Street pump house and reduce turbidity throughout the system, including the expansion of storage reservoirs or adding settling chambers. We will have to wait for the state's decision on both these matters, but feel that we made the best attempt in applying for these funds for the benefit of the Phoenicia Water District. New York Rising. We have been informed that New York Rising is ready to move forward with the 5 Bridges infrastructure project, as well as the project to install a generator for the town highway garage and town hall. We hope to get these projects moving before the end of the year. And tonight we have 2 more resolutions required for the acceptance and disbursement. Building and zoning. Regrettably, last month the town board decided to terminate the employment of Tracy Longy from both positions she held within the town as building, zoning, planning secretary and as an EMT with the Shandaken Ambulance Department. The ambulance department has been able to cover her previous shifts without any interruption of service. The town had advertised for the position of building, zoning, planning secretary, and following interviews, we have a resolution to hire Ann Riccadella for the position at the starting wage of $10.30 per hour for 35 hours per week. This starts a 3-month probationary period, as with all new hires. Highway. Last month, the town advertised for bids for 2 projects to protect our infrastructure. One was a slope stabilization project at Silver Hollow, and the other being repairs for the Herdman Bridge in Fox Hollow. Tonight, we hope to accept any bids received. The bids will be awarded following a review for completeness by the town engineers. Additionally, Eric and I met with county and New York State DOT representatives concerning a planned replacement of the Route 28 bridge in Shandaken near the intersection of Route 42. Originally, DOT had planned on doing this project with a single signal lane remaining open while construction was being accomplished. Due to the complications, the DOT has decided that in order to expedite the project, they will need to close the bridge for 6 months next year, starting in April and ending in October, so as not to interfere with the ski season traffic for Bel Air. The DOT has been very receptive to concerns from both the town and the county regarding this traffic issue, and the detour that will take place heavier traffic on Creekside Drive, the original Route 28. As described, and due to the planned expansion and elevating of the bridge, a single signal lane repair would extend traffic issues over 2 or maybe 3 construction seasons. This replacement project will not only benefit the security of the bridge for the future, but may help in reducing flood elevations within the immediate community. Miscellaneous. There is a resolution to amend the dog licensing fees from the town. It is our hope that this will help more people register their pets and make it easier for us to find owners if their pet is found. Shandaken Day is just around the corner, and we're getting ready for another wonderful event. Vendor spots are filling up quickly as we get closer to the event. This year we are offering giveaways throughout the day, along with the kids' games, live music, and some great local food. We'd also like to announce this year's honorees, Barbara and Robert Jones of Shandaken, Peg and Bill Vitarius, also of Shandaken, as Hamlet heroes, for their decades of commitment and support for a multitude of local organizations and fundraisers. And additionally, and sadly, selected just prior to his passing, the Pride of Shandaken Award will be presented to Georgiana and Martin Millman of Alvaria. Festivals. I hope everyone had a moment to indulge in some of the wonderful offerings from the Phoenicia International Festival of Voice. Again, Maria, Louis, Justin, and Barbara, among a litany of local volunteers, continue to improve the event and coordinating with the local businesses. This year's event, again, as far as any issues regarding the town and its services, was uneventful. Special thanks to all who were and continue to be involved in their commitment to keeping this special event here in our town. I look forward to next year's offerings, where the event will focus around Mr. William Shakespeare, so expect a play or two. Also, I'd like you all to join me in inviting our friends from the Catskills to the Great Outdoor Experience Festival coming August 15th and 16th to the Catskill Interpretive Center in Mount Tremor. This event is to promote all the outdoor offerings of the Catskill region and was recently moved from Margaretville. We look forward to welcoming this event to our town and wish it success in attracting more visitors to our area. Lastly, the LFA meetings, the local flood analysis meetings that we started many moons ago last fall. The engineers are ready to show their findings and talk with the public again to get more input. The LFA meeting for Phoenicia is slated for next Monday, August 10th at 7 p.m. at the Parish Hall. And the flood meeting for Mount Tremper will be on Monday, August 17th at the Emerson, also at 7 p.m. Our next regular meeting is scheduled for Monday, September 14th, 2015 at 7 p.m. On to Councilman. Any announcements?
Nope. I have one announcement. Coming up in September, there's going to be a benefit for Sheila Brown, who's a local resident from Phoenicia, who needs his operation of stem cells. She has MS, and we're trying to raise some money for Sheila, and there's going to be a benefit. It's going to be organized from Joyce and Teresa Grant, and the information will be coming up on our Facebook page.
Yes, the website, Facebook, and Channel 23. And she was, her maiden name was Madera, so we know better as that. Right?
Yeah, Madera, sure. Yeah.
So, the next visit from the Upstate Spay and Neuter Mobile Unit to the Town Hall will be in September. And we also offer a 25 cat and spay and neuter voucher for full-time residents. Stop by or call the town clerk's office for more info. We'll also have another rabies clinic then in September for dogs and cats. Saturday and Sunday, August 8th and 9th, Catskill Mountain Railroad is offering free rides behind a real steam engine. Check out their website for times, fees, or to purchase tickets, call 688-7400. Saturday, August 8th at 7 p.m., Flying Cat Music will sponsor the Heather Pearson Acoustic Trio at the Empire State Railway Museum. Call them at 688-9453 for more info. Saturday, August 15th, bless you. The M.F. Whitney Firehouse will host their annual chicken barbecue fundraiser. They're going to have live music and 50-50 and all kinds of fun at 2 p.m. And on August 7th, 8th, and 9th, the second annual Catskill Mountains Coin Shoot and Relic Hunt will take place in Big Indian. With metal detectors and spades, treasure hunters will be searching for historic relics and other long-last items on several private properties in and around the area. Upwards of 35 detectorists, along with their family members, will cover Big Indian and the surrounding area for the weekend in hopes of uncovering relics that could add to the history of Big Indian Alvaria and possibly even find a cache of old coins. The dollars raised from the entry fee of $75 will be used to benefit the Shandaken Historical Museum. The event is open to all metal detectorists. An event barbecue hosted by the Fleischmann's Pine Hill Rotary will take place at the Big Indian Park on Friday, August 7th at 6 p.m. To sign up and for information, contact John Michelotti at michelotti@aol.com. Oh, it's Michelotti, L-O-T-T. And we'll have this all posted on our website, and I'll get to Ellen to put on Channel 23. And vehicle phone number too, because a lot of people don't go online still.
Sure. 845-254-4020.
There you go. All righty. That's it. And the Shandaken Day poster came out today. Da-da-da.
Good job.
All right.
Is that all?
No, wait a minute. It's nice. It's really nice. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. With no further communications, we move on to committee reports. Ambulance. Actually, no counterpart is here today.
Oh, thank you so much.
Wonderful report.
July 2015 report, total calls received 39, mutual aid given 3, 1 in Lexington, 1 in Hunter ambulance, and 1 Olive First Aid. Mutual aid received 0. The ambulance was approved and is by some stroke of a miracle completed and ready for delivery as of this writing. Final inspection showed that the vehicle is precisely what was specified by the ambulance service and should serve our community well for many years to come. The process of submitting the replaced ambulance and other equipment declared surplus by the ambulance department to an auction company will commence once our chief of department comes back from a well-deserved vacation to visit Mickey Mouse. The summer months are a very busy time for the ambulance, and August is no exception. With the tail end of the festival, the boys starting out the month, and Shandaken Day towards the end, your squad is busy providing added value service to the community aside from answering regular calls for service. Be sure to swing by the Shandaken ambulance booth during Shandaken Day, see our new ambulance, and root for us when we lose the Shandaken Cup tug of war for the 5th consecutive year.
I'm going to tell you, he's a Minnie Mouse kind of guy, though.
He's a Minnie Mouse man, right? Vehicle 7851 had 424 miles, 7851 had 720 miles, vehicle 625 had 1954 miles, and vehicle 626 had 663. Stay safe out there, Richard. I can never say it. Richard M., Chief.
Thank you for that. Jerry, please.
Okay, so for the month of July, we handled 182 calls for service. We made 10 arrests and 92 summonses. Our car was ordered, should be here in the next 4 weeks. Thank you for supporting that. And just want to bring up staffing issues again. I'm down 2 guys. We should have a resignation there tonight, correct, for 1 guy. I'm actually anticipating another resignation this month from another guy who we hired part-time. He's full-time in another agency now. He just doesn't have the time to commit to us, so that'll be 3 for a staffing issue. So hopefully maybe we can advertise this month. That's what we want to do. Yeah. Okay.
For part-time?
For part-time. Currently we have 1 full-time vacancy that's being encumbered by one of our part-time guys, which was approved. And so that takes him out of the mix. I'm actually down 3 part-times at this point.
And you're down 2 full-times.
And 2 full-time, that's right. Thanks.
Mitch Water, up for
Our next meeting is on Wednesday, the 19th, 6:30, at the water plant. Rob, you said it all, so I think we're in a whole lot better shape than we were before, and we're at least moving in the right direction. There's a little minor issue at the water plant. There's weeds are about this high. Rick is a little hesitant to spend the money, so if you guys can authorize it. No. You got authorization. That's it. I don't know. It can't be a whole lot. Dylan normally cuts them, but Rick hasn't been doing it. But it's really bad. It looks third world. Yeah. No, it looks pretty rough. You can't see the plant when you drive by, you know. It's that rough. So it's like South Street was last 2 weeks ago. That's it. Thank you.
Alfred, that's going to be at the water plant or at the...
At the water plant. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, at the library, not the water.
Okay.
Yeah, library. Sorry.
Hill Water, no report. Museum? Good. No report. Recreation?
Summer, as you would expect, is very busy time for our parks. And of course, the summer recreation program, which all reports I hear is going well. We're going to take it park by park for just a second. The parish field, I spoke late this afternoon with Maria Tudera, who would be here were it not for a party for the volunteers. She asked that I share with you their appreciation for the amazing support provided for the Festival of Voice. They had 189 community volunteers, extraordinary hospitality. All artists want to come back, growing attendance for what was described as an edgy musical event, and all their small venues were absolutely packed. The field is rapidly returning to its normal state. All the tents have been disassembled. In Glenbrook Park, baseball is alive and well. The Little League season was completed, and now summer rec teams are currently competing with area towns that have games on Tuesdays and Thursdays, practice on Saturdays. Smith Park is pursuing a suggestion from one of the participants at the 2020 Pine Hill Vision Committee meeting to create a half field for soccer practice and casual games, and it seems like it would work in the space we have. Big Indian Park is very busy. The classic car show was held despite some rainy weather. The Indian powwow saw a noticeable increase in attendance. And as already mentioned, the Fleischman's Pine Hill Rotary is going to host a picnic there this Friday for the metal detectors. And on August 15th, there will be a celebration of the 35th anniversary of the park. Mary Lou Stapleton and June, who somebody I'm sure can report is doing better, I've heard. She's not hospitalized, but have put together a fun day of activities representative of all the things that have gone on in the park in the last 35 years. And we urge everybody to stop by. Of course, admission is free. And last but not least, Shandaken Day will be August 29th in Big Indian Park. I have two items of news. The first is, we shared with our board that the volunteer leaders who have supported the Tambark Trail and the Mount Tremper Fire Tower are looking for assistance. Anyone interested in helping should let me know, and I can forward you to the appropriate people. And last but not least, our second annual celebration of the parks will be held Sunday afternoon, September 20 at the Catamount Restaurant and Pavilion. This, as many of you can attest, was a lot of fun last year, and I think promises to be even better this year. Stay tuned for details.
Thank you, Mark. Just to add, I'm not sure if it's been completed in Glenbrook yet, but I know Aaron Bennett had coordinated, and I'm not sure if it was Gary Carr personally, or if it was Gary Carr with the help of the Shandaken Fire Department, but they were going to replace the roofs on the dugouts that were in sore shape. So
They
I want
bought
to thank them ahead of
all the
time.
materials, and they're volunteering. Did the town buy the materials?
Yeah, the town bought the materials.
And they volunteered.
They're volunteer labor.
Yeah.
So.
Marty, what time is the rec at the Emerson Winston?
It will probably be 1 o'clock. It's a picnic, and that's what it was last year.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thank you. Shandaken Day Board. Public comments and resolutions. No, we'll move on to resolutions.
Whereas the Department of Audit and Control required town boards to sign and inspect vouchers coming into the town for payment, the number and total amounts from each fund, therefore be it resolved that the town board authorize the following vouchers paid. General, $36,085.72. Highway, $44,720.68. Phoenicia Water, $3,599.41. Pine Hill Water, $271.41. Phoenicia Lights, $923.56. Chichester Lights, $135.07. Pine Hill Lights, $534.07, for a total of $86,269.92, and move its adoption.
Board Member Bernstein?
Yes?
Board Member Higley?
Yes.
Board Member Malloy?
Yes.
Board Member Sore?
Yes.
Supervisor Finley?
Yes.
Resolution 115, authorizing receipt, use, and disbursement of grant funds and authorizing supervisors to execute rural development documents for emergency grant for Bridge Street water main replacement. Whereas the town of Shandaken owns and operates a municipal water system located in the hamlet of Phoenicia Water District. And whereas the Phoenicia Water District has endured a catastrophic failure of an 8-inch water main crossing the Bridge Street Bridge in Phoenicia due to extreme cold temperatures. And whereas the town recognizes the importance of reestablishing this main to maintain a sound delivery system for potable water to its residents. And whereas under Town of Shandaken Resolution 68-15 of 2015, authorizing the town supervisor to apply for the United States Department of Agriculture Emergency Community Water Assistance Grant. And whereas the town has received a letter from USDA-ECWAG that the town has preliminarily been awarded the grant for $150,000 maximum. Therefore, it be resolved that the town of Shandaken Town Board does hereby authorize the receipt, use, and disbursement of the USDA ECWAG monies. And be it further resolved that the town board does hereby authorize the town supervisor to execute any documents necessary for use, receipt, and disbursement of the USDA ECWAG monies. And I move its adoption.
I'll second.
Board Member Bernstein?
Yes.
Board Member Higley?
Yes.
Board Member Malloy?
Yes.
Board Member Sore? Supervisor Finley?
Yes. I told you that. Resolution 101-15. Resolution to adopt an affirmative action plan is required under the New York State Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Program. Whereas the town of Shandaken is a subrecipient receiving New York State Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery CDBG-DR funds as administered by the Governor's Office of Storm Recovery, GOZER, of the New York State Housing Trust Fund Corporation, HDFC, to assist in addressing unmet needs from either Hurricane Irene, Tropical Storm Lee, or Superstorm Sandy. And whereas participation in the New York State CDBG-DR program requires the adoption and implementation of an affirmative action plan to meet the equal opportunity EEO requirements of Executive Order 11246 and other program policies. And whereas the purpose of this plan is to prohibit workplace employment discrimination on the basis of age, race, color, religion, gender, creed, national origin, physical or mental disability, marital status, veteran status, disabled veteran status, or status as a member of any other protected group or activity. Now therefore be resolved by the Town of Shandaken Town Board that the affirmative action plan be hereby officially adopted for implementation in the New York State CDBG-DR program and move its adoption.
I'll second that.
Board Member Bernstein?
Yes.
Board Member Higley?
Yes.
Board Member Malloy?
Yes.
Board Member Sore?
Yes.
Supervisor Finley?
Yes.
Resolution 102-15. A resolution adapting the following sections: 504 policies and grievance procedures for the town of Shandaken. Section 504 resolution, town of Shandaken. Whereas Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973 prohibits discrimination on the basis of disability in programs and activities conducted by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, or by grantees and receive financial assistance from HUD. And whereas Part 8 of Title 24 of the Code of Federal Regulations 24 CFR requires that adoption of grievance procedures to address complaints of those who feel that they may have been discriminated against on the basis of disability, and also requires the provision of notice and said grievance procedures. And whereas it is the town policy of the town of Shandaken not to discriminate against any individual person or group on the basis of disability, and the intent of the town of Shandaken to address any complaint that may arise from pursuant of Section 504. Now therefore be it resolved that the town of Shandaken does hereby adopt by resolution internal grievance procedures, the procedure affixed to this resolution, providing the prompt and equitable resolution of complaints alleging any action prohibited by Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973 of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services regulation implementing the Act. And be It further resolved, the town of Shandaken does hereby designate the town supervisor as the grievance coordinator who shall be responsible for receiving and addressing complaints pursuant to the procedure adopted hereby and attached here to, and be it finally resolved, the town of Shandaken will place its employees, the public, and potential beneficiaries of certain federal public programs on notice by undertaking certain actions that will include, but may not be limited to, 1, providing a copy of the grievance procedure to its employees, 2, putting the public on notice by placing a notice in the town of Shandaken's official newspaper, posting of notices in the town of Shandaken's offices and facilities, placing notice on the town of Shandaken's publication, and/or distribution of memoranda and/or written communication subsequent to the adoption of this procedure. 3, placing copies of the procedure in the town of Shandaken Town Hall for review and dissemination and/or 4, adding language to the federal program procedure to ensure all potential programs beneficiaries are aware of the town's adopted grievance procedures and move its adoption.
Second.
Board Member Bernstein?
Yes?
Board Member Higley?
Yes.
Board Member Lloyd?
Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Supervisor Sam?
Yes.
Resolution 10315, Building Department Secretary. Whereas under Section 20 of the town law, it is the duty of the town board to appoint all employees of the town. Therefore, be it resolved that Ann Riccadella be appointed as Building Department Secretary at 35 hours per week with an hourly rate of $10.30, not to exceed $19,129 for the fiscal year 2015, and serve at the pleasure of the Planning Board, Zoning Board of Appeals, Municipal Code Officer, and be accountable to the town board while dispensing duties of said office. In move its adoption.
I'll second that.
Board Member Bernstein?
I wasn't present at the job interview and didn't receive much feedback from that interview there, so I wasn't able to ask Ann any questions I had. And last person we hired, I did take the recommendations from the interviewing people there. That didn't turn out to be in the best interest of the town or the board. So kind of due to the lack of knowledge concerning Ann and not being able to abstain from the vote, just due to that lack of knowledge, I'm going to vote no. I think it's not going to affect her appointment, but that's just where it stands.
So you're going to vote no or abstain?
Yes, I can't abstain.
You can abstain if you don't have enough knowledge on the subject.
Well, then I'll do that then.
Okay. Board Member Higley?
Yes.
Board Member Lloyd?
Yes.
Board Member Storms?
Yes.
Supervisor Sam?
Yes.
Resolution 106-15 sets special meeting date to award highway bids, slope stabilization, and Herdman Bridge repair project. Whereas bids were received for the slope stabilization project for Silver Hollow and Herdman Bridge repair on August 3rd, 2015 at the monthly town board meeting. Therefore, be it resolved that the town of Shandaken Town Board set the following date to award bids for slope stabilization and Herdman Bridge repair project. And move its adoption.
I'll second it.
He jumped 14
No,
and went to
we have to
15.
wait. The following bids were
did I?
received, and then I'll-
104. Fund 104.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah, accept bids.
Oh, for the silver.
Yeah.
104-15, my apologies. Accept bids, Silver Hollow Slope Stabilization Projects. Whereas pursuant to Resolution 93-15, the Town of Shandaken Town Board advertised for bids for firms to assist in a slope stabilization